So today we're looking at the best gaming headset models under 50. That's the Razer BlackShark V2 X and the Steelseries Nova 1. Now to be fair, these are advertised for a little more than 50, but they are on sale so often that I consider them under 50 now. Black Friday didn't have any amazing deals on these, so I picked them up for around 47 euros each. Of course, they both have things that I like and dislike, but you're probably here to find out what the negatives are. So let's switch things up and start with what I hate about them. The Razer headset feels light, as if it's made from a styrofoam. That can be a positive thing too, of course. But for me, it felt like a very cheap product because of it. It doesn't have to be 1 kilogram, of course, because that'll break your neck, but it just doesn't feel sturdy, and when I put this headset on, it doesn't really position itself either. It doesn't give that firm feeling, like it's going nowhere. But of course that's subjective. What isn't though, is that when you adjust the headset, it will just slide back to its biggest position over time. I found myself readjusting it multiple times per session, and that's very annoying. But I could have seen this coming since it's so easy to readjust. There is no resistance whatsoever. You can see the difference when I test it here. But I guess that's the cost of adjusting it that easy, at least for this price point. What's more is that the mic isn't retractable or removable, so it's always in the way. You can of course readjust it, but that won't work the way you want it to. The aux cable isn't removable either, and it has the 90-degree angle on the end, which is very annoying because it turns when you game, and thus it's always in the way of my grip. Now the Steelseries Nova 1, the retractable mic works sometimes, but it doesn't retract as smoothly as the Arctis 3, which I still have laying around. It's also not as easy to grab while you have the headset on, because it will retract fully. Unlike the Arctis 3, where a little part of the mic was still outside of the headset, but because of it, it will look better when using it in a regular setting. It still doesn't tell you when it's muted. You can only tell by the side of the button. Once it's pressed in, the red side isn't visible and thus not muted, but of course it's pretty difficult to see when it's on your head. At least a mic is muted, sound would be perfect. Then the volume knob, it's still as bad as on the Arctis 3. You can easily turn this thing to max volume and blow your eardrums out. And there is no way to keep volume on one level easily. It's always guesswork. For example, the Razer has a stop in the middle, so if you want to find the middle position for sound volume, you can always find that easily. The headset itself has no padding whatsoever. It's only the added band that gives it a comfortable feeling. You can adjust the band with 3 positions, but it's definitely not a fast process, in the way Razer offers. That being said, when you have adjusted it, it will stay like that forever, unlike the Razer. Of course, there's a lot to like too. The Razer headset does a very good job at cancelling outside noise, and that's just the closed back and ear cups at work. They don't have active noise cancelling. The Steelseries is comparable, although slightly less cancellation of outside noise. Both have good sound quality, but neither are spectacular. Now if you wear glasses, these are both very comfortable to wear. There's another aspect to that though. The previous model Arctis 3 makes a constant sound when the temples of my glasses rub up against the material of the cup. I'm so glad to say that this has been greatly reduced with the current Nova 1 cups. And with the BlackShark V2s, it's pretty much non-existent. Now for mic quality, you can hear the difference for yourself, as I'm now speaking through the Steelseries Nova 1. Do you like the sound? I hope it's easy to hear the difference. Or do you prefer the sound of the BlackShark V2 X? As I'm speaking to you with the Razer headset, can you hear the difference? Or are they comparable for you? Now for measurements, the Razer headset has a depth of 2.5 centimeters with an overall size of 11 centimeters and the inner size being 6.2 centimeters. The inside is shaped ovally. The Steelseries headset has a depth of 2 centimeters with an overall size of 9.5 centimeters and the inner size being 5.5 centimeters, while definitely shaped more like a circle, relatively to the Razer. Both have removable cups, so if you want to replace or clean them, that's easy with both. If you don't like the cloth on the Nova one, you can buy different pads on their website too. From a comfort standpoint, I really prefer the Steelseries Nova 1. It's just so comfy. But I really encourage all of you watching to go test them at your local store, because we all have different preferences. Now if you're into gaming, check out my video on the new Xbox controller or my Steelseries Arctis 3 vs HyperX Cloud 2 in 4 minutes video. See you there.